Hey, what is going on, beautiful people? I hope and pray that you all are just doing incredibly well. So on this video, I want to share with you one of the biggest mistakes that I was making as a new investor that was causing a lot of headaches with my closing, and how you cannot make the same mistake. But before I get into it, I got to ask, please go ahead, like, subscribe, share, all of those amazing things. I do have a live event coming up on May 10th. If you can get to Dallas, get to Dallas. This is going to be an event you will not want to miss. The link for that will be in the description, okay? Now, let's get to the topic at hand. Now, when I first got started, one thing that I was doing, or I should say was not doing, when I was getting these properties under contract with the sellers, was I was not setting a clear expectation on what the process is going to be like. And you know what's interesting? It's kind of one of those things where even you as a new investor, you don't really know what the next process and steps are going to be. So it's just like this little ugly, bumpy learning curve that you have to go through, right? Because you're trying to figure out the process. You have sellers who expect you to know what the process is, but you haven't been through the process. And so let me share a little more about what I mean when I say set expectations, right? Well, first off, they hate being left in the dark, okay? I want you to think about that from your own perspective, right? Let's say, for example, you join the mentorship, right? Let's say you join the real estate corral, you're a part of the community, you're a part of the mentorship, and then I didn't tell you anything. I didn't tell you when the start date was going to be. I didn't tell you what to expect next, right? And you've invested in the mentorship. You would not be happy about that. The sellers are the same way, right? They're expecting this transaction to go through and they don't want to be left in the dark. So this is typically how it goes when I'm setting the expectations with the seller, right? I'll say, hey, Mr. Seller, now that we have a signed contract, this is what you can expect next. So I'm going to go ahead and send over this contract via email to the title company. So this way they can get every single thing started on their end. Now, our title company, though they work fast, it typically takes them about 2 weeks to have title commitment and everything ready for us to close. I'll also copy you on that email. So this way, if they need anything from me, if they need anything from you, we'll all be on one email accord. And this is just going to make the transaction go a lot smoother. In the meantime, Mr. Seller, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and schedule some time for my contractors and inspectors to come out here and walk the property. So this way I have every single thing lined up on our end. So when the title company does tell me they're ready to close, then we can just go ahead and schedule closing, because I know you want to get this done quickly, correct? And that seller's going to respond correct, right? Now, let me tell you why I just said all of those things. Number one, I let them know that I'm going to share them on the email with the title company, because if they had any doubt that this was a legitimate transaction, well, guess what? When they reply back, the title company replies back, they're going to see all of their contact information, the escrow officer's name, their phone number, fax number, email, all of that stuff is going to be in their email thread. So guess what? I don't have to provide that to them. It's right there. And that title company is going to say something along the lines like, getting started, congratulations on your new purchase, or, you know what I mean? Like, just exciting to get the process started. And so it lets the seller know, like, okay, wow, this is moving forward, right? Now, the other side of that, if you notice, I said I was going to schedule some time to bring my contractors out or my inspectors out, right? These are my end buyers that I'm going to be bringing to the property, okay? The reason that I do that is because I remember early on, I would get these properties under contract and I would not tell the seller these things. And so I would call them back a week later, 2 weeks later, saying, "Hey, Mr. Seller, I need to bring some people by the house." And they're like, "Well, who are you bringing by the house and why are you bringing them by the house?" Right? So it ended up becoming issues. But if I let the sellers know these things right out of the gate, they're typically okay with it. 99.999% of the time, they're going to be okay with it. And then I also worded it in a way to where I said, "Well, I know you want to get this done quickly, correct?" So if they tell me no, then basically they're saying, "Well, no, I don't want to get this done quickly," right? I want them in agreement with me. I want them moving with me, right? And so that's the way that I strategically word that for a specific reason, okay? Now, this is crucial. You don't want just random people popping up at the house, okay? You want to make sure that you're coordinating those things. Too, if the house is vacant, then I would go and say something like, "Hey, Mr. Seller, I want to schedule some time to get my inspectors and partners over here, or contractors to walk the property. What we can do is we can go ahead and put a lockbox on the door. Do you have a copy of a spare key? That way we can leave in there. This way you're not having to run back and forth every time we need to bring somebody by the house. But I don't want you to worry, Mr. Seller. We're not going to be having 15 different random people coming and going out of the house. We'll still call and let you know that, hey, we're sending a guy out to the property to inspect the roof or whatever it may be." So this way you'll fully be aware of what's going on, right? So that's how I would word it if the house was vacant. If the house was owner occupied, I would say, "Hey, Mr. Seller, we'll schedule some time to, bring our partners by, our contractors by, our inspectors by, whatever it may be," right? Let me ask you, are there days that work best for you? Because I can probably do a one time, kind of event, one or two times, to where we can get them over here all at once and try to schedule it accordingly like that. So I'm just working with the seller and trying to help them work with me too, right? So this way it just goes a lot more smoother. But I promise you this, when you set that very little simple expectation, watch how much smoother your transactions go. Watch how much smoother the whole closing process will go, just because you set those expectations up front. So don't learn this stuff the hard way, y'all. Take my advice on it and let me know if you're already doing that in the comments below. But y'all have a blessed one. I see you on the next one.